All right, hi everybody. Today's video is about transformations of graphs. Let's get right into it. Busy, gotta go. So, give a sequence of transformations that would take the basic equation to the given transformed equation. So just as a brief intro, remember the transformations we need for graphs are translations, reflections, and stretches or shrinks. Okay, we're going to follow a simple rule. There's going to be multiple transformations for each. Go inside to the outside. What's the thing closest to the input? What's the thing closest to x? The -3. That's going to be our first transformation. So first transformation is shift. That's going to be shift right 3 units because of the x -3. That will take us from y equals x squared to y equals x -3 squared. Okay, move outward. What's the next closest thing to the x? The 2. Multiplying by 2, the whole thing get multiplied by 2. That means it's going to be a vertical movement. It's affecting the whole equation. Vertical stretch by a factor of 3 because, by 2, sorry, because very simply we're multiplying by 2. So this becomes multiplied the whole thing by 2, not just the x, vertical stretch by a factor of 2. And lastly, this, the old classic shift down 4 units. And there we go. That means we subtract 4 from the entire expression. Boom. 3 transformations. Keep going, Mr. Edmund. Y equals square root of x to this. Okay, again, start inside. This is the first thing we want to do. We are adding 1 to the input. That is a shift, a left 1 unit. Would take y equals square root of x to y equals square root of x plus 1. Okay, move outwards. Let's go to the 3 next. The whole thing is getting multiplied by 3, so that is yet another vertical stretch, this time by a factor of 3. Y equals 3 times that whole expression. And then last but not least, we got that negative in front. And what are we doing? Are we making the input negative? No, we're making the entire thing negative. That's going to be a vertical movement. If we're making the whole thing negative, it's a vertical movement, so we're going to move vertically is over the x-axis. Reflection over x-axis. Okay, and that would take us to the old -3. Boom. There we go. And last but not least, only 2 for this guy. Follow the same rule, start inside. What's happening? The x is being multiplied by 3. It's not this. It's not this. That would be a vertical stretch or shrink. It's just the x that's being multiplied, so we know it's a horizontal. So remember, for horizontal stretches or shrinks, we got to think in reverse. Because it's being multiplied by 3, we would think it's getting bigger. But that is the reverse of what happens when you change x. It's a horizontal shrink by a factor of 1/3. And that would bring us to this. And then there's only one more thing. Shift, let's call it shift down 4. All right, real quick recap of what we've done here. Shift down 4. Okay, boom. Those are our answers, 3 answers. Okay, so just a real quick recap. First, let's do this one first. So remember, the big thing for for horizontal changes. This is a horizontal shrink. It's only affecting x. And remember, anything that affects x, you kind of got to think in reverse. So we think multiplying by 3 would make it bigger. It's actually going to shrink it. And by a factor of 1/3. So look, think about 1 point. 3,9 is on the original graph, y equals x squared. For horizontal shrink by 1/3 is going to take it here to 1,9. And then it is shifted down to 1,5. So by the way, remember, this looks like a vertical stretch, but we know it's not because it's getting closer to the y-axis, and then it's translating down. Next one. Here, We've got a translation to the left. Then we've got a vertical stretch. And then we've got a reflection over the x-axis. Reflection over the x-axis is a vertical movement, hence the negative in front of the whole thing. And then last but not least, I want to note here that here the order is important. Here the order is important. That's why it's really, there's 3 transformations, and the order that they happen is going to affect the equation. For example, this is what the graph would look like if you shifted down 4 before you vertically stretched. And this is showing the correct order of the shift down after the vertical stretch. All right. So that's why I really stress that you should start with this rule of starting from the inside and moving outside. Translate 3 to the right. Here. Stretch it and then shift down. All right. That is going to lead you to your final answer. That is going to lead you to great success. That is going to lead me to say, remember to keep asking questions. And as always, go blue. Beat Purdue. Bye-bye.